I'm your presenter, GIJoe. How are you? First and foremost, again, I want to thank HCC 788 for inviting me and being his guest on the recent Snake Eyes version 3 video. And to be honest, again, I would not be here if it wasn't for guys like HCC 788, Carson from 3D Joes, the GI Yearbook guys, Form BX257, Timmer from Half the Battle, Michael Mercy, Dan from Toy Galaxy. I mean, all these guys have become my friends and peers. And the other thing I wanted to make it clear to all you that are new and joined and subscribed, welcome. Welcome with open arms. I am a person that knows that I'm never going to hit 100,000 subscribers. Hell no. And that's not what this is about. Because if people did that, that's so freaking fake. I do this because I want to be a part of a group, like-minded individuals that share the same passion and the same, I guess, just desire to, these toys mean a lot. This whole scene from the 80s, 90s means a lot. So I wanted to do this to bring people together from all backgrounds, from all whatevers. It's all about how we all grew up with the same shared experience. So, again, welcome to all of you guys that are new. I'm very honored, seriously. My family's been in this country since 1951. I'm American as apple pie. And I wanted to do this again to just share our commonality, share the same passion. So, today, post HCC's video, we're going back into what we normally do. And we're going to do a special yearbook review of GIJoe Yearbook 2019. So there's going to be, even to me who follows on a regular basis, there are some new elements that they're just, there they appear. And I'll point them out as we review. Again, this is a proactive channel, so if you have the issues, that's great. I want you to contribute and give your take. And also, those do it and then go to stores and buy it. This is all interacting. I want to hear what you guys think, the direction of G.I. Joe, or the Transformers, or anything. So, without further ado, let's dive in to the G.I. Joe 2019 yearbook. This cover is from the IDW convention. I had no idea IDW hosted such. It seems like everyone these days has a convention. Anyways, this cover is epic. Just look at how awesome it is. So we have the team of Larry Hama and Kei Zama. And these are the 3 cover variants. I have 1. 2 is okay, but the 3rd one is pretty awesome. Now I'm going to feature a new thing of using vintage figures. And we're going to focus in on the Arashikage Clan, which they basically kind of gone through a restructure since Snake Eyes' death. Kind of like looking inward and strengthening from within the few members that they still have remaining. Dawn has eliminated most of the Red Ninjas, and Storm Shadow has taken a big leap forward in being the head of the clan. And, just making sure that everybody's in line and understands what the core of the clan is about. So I think that's a refreshing take on the direction of the clan. A nod is made to Budo, and of course with Dawn, Snake Eyes' memories is still in her. So I put that up there. From previous stories, we know that Dawn has gone through the training to become a Joe. And so we begin with her coming back from training to visit Granny. And I'm pointing out that little Bumblebee figure there because that's a nod to Bumblebee. So Dawn is back and she embraces Granny, who hasn't seen her since the dawn of the Arashikage training. And she's really proud of the girl and woman that she's become, because when she arrived, she was a mess. And Granny took a big, of training her, getting her humble and, having that peace within herself to move forward. They spot a droid that looks out of place. And immediately that droid goes and says, I've been discovered. And Granny is known for using her bag full of bricks and smashes the thing. To old school fans, I'm going to take a minute and explain who Granny is. Basically, she is like the gatekeeper of the Arashikage Clan. She's the one that's basically, if you remember Star Wars and the Librarian, she's kind of like that. She's in charge with the overall history and the ethics and the morals that the Arashikage Clan have, and making sure that whoever comes in is rightfully will uphold those laws and standards. So next to Snake Eyes, she's the second most important figure. Dawn looks over the broken robot and comes to the conclusion that it's a Revanche, not Cobra, mini-bot. And if you've watched the other episodes, you know who Revanche is, and it's a competitor to both G.I. Joe and Cobra. From issue 259, we discover that Revanche is set up like hives. Again, images of the Terminator and the enemy and Captain Power come into mind. Now we have one, robot as overseeing everything, and the leader of this hive, I'm not going to pronounce these crazy robot numbers, but the spider one is in charge, and he's telling the little one, hey, you got to send out another one, send out a more discreet droid. And we see that the one on the desk is actually kind of like, oh my God, at work where you're all stressed out. Back at Granny's, we're introduced to Jinx, and we see Jinx working behind the counter. We haven't seen her in a while. Her and Dawn have kind of like a sister, big sister, little sister relationship, which is kind of nice. And they segue to the back of where all the training takes place. The name of Raymond is mentioned, and we have never know of this guy. We will in issue 260, but right now we have no idea who the hell this guy is. So Raymond is back there. Big surprise. Meanwhile, the Revanche sends out another droid, and this time it's the shape of a mouse. So, the order was send something that's a little bit more discreet. Of course, the Arashikage cat is there, and he pounces. I guess he must be a special ninja cat or something. But he immediately sees the rat and, takes it apart. The others notice it as well, and we see Raymond take out a sword and displaying what he learned from Budo. Again, we'll find that out later, how he easily just sliced that thing. Just trying to show off. Back at Revanche, yet another failure, and Robot B, you know what? Let's just call Michael Bolton from Office Space. Remember that guy? Well, that's exactly how this dude is. He's terrified of losing his job and the boss and the repercussions. And with another failure, the spider robot is pissed off. So he's telling Michael Bolton to actually go to the Arashikage area and to oversee yet another drone being sent to actually now terminate them. So that's going to happen. They're going to go there and beat the crap out of the Arashikage, or think they are. Now, what's interesting to note is as soon as this guy puts on this fake mask, he begins to have feelings. You could see like the worry and all the distress he has just from putting on that human mask to go undercover. In HCC's recap of Silent Interlude, issue number 21, he said how the castle's iconic. I could say the same thing about the water tower is almost as iconic as that as well. So here we have an excellent shot of the Arashikage Clan all together and in a group meditation. Wow, it's beautiful. So Revanche tried to send, a fake little transformer, a mouse. What's smaller than that? A bug. So a bug robot is sent, and it comes in while everybody's meditating. So everybody's deep in meditation, and we see Dawn in her Snake Eyes version 2 attire, and everyone is just so focused in their meditation. And here's some excellent drawings. Like, you could see them like all in oneness and all, being together, trying to get that key, that inner peace that is in all martial arts. And we have Michael Bolton looking on because he's actually overseeing this operation personally by orders of the spider droid. And he's reporting back that, all right, they call them meat entity, which is kind of funny. They don't even call it human beings or whatever. So we're the meat entities. I don't know if that's supposed to be degrading or what have you, but it's kind of cheesy. But the thing is, what Michael Bolton is actually going through an appreciation for human life and understands, and it'll be played out a little bit later on in the story. So he has conflicting ideas. So this guy Raymond first notices this bug appearing in, and he breaks his concentration. And what does he do? Again, he's trying to show off what he learned from Budo, and he takes a swipe, but because it's so small, he misses it. So again, we like Michael Bolton, as soon as he put on the human face, he's kind of like questioning his existence and what he does. And here's Dawn taking a swipe at the bug itself, and she misses. But again, that's excellent drawing by the Zama lady who drew this. I mean, her drawing is what caught my attention, is that I gotta give credit where credit's due. Here's another excellent shot. Everybody is like after this bug, but Storm Shadow, look at how cool, calm, and collective, like just a badass, just flicks his finger, catches it, and he tells his students, hey, I didn't say it's over. I mean, you still got to be concentrated no matter what. And Michael Bolton sees this, because she's watching everything. He can't believe it. But then, like, I guess another robot is sent in and be like, you know what, since that bug stinks, like, I'm going to go in there and kill these meat entities off. And here again, Storm Shadow, he plucked it, held it, broke, the session, threw it up and chopped the crap out of it. That is amazing. So the bigger robot comes in and he's like, you know what, screw this diplomacy and like secretive. I'm just going to blast the crap out of the water tower. So yet the water tower again gets, the worst of wear. When we've seen this in G.I. Joe throughout its run, that poor water tower. Here's an excellent shot. So this guy is coming in, this robot, shot up the place. Storm Shadow caught wind of it beforehand, so he's able to, the Arashikage hit up top. Now they're all coming down and beating on this bigger machine with, loaded for bear. And they're all like just displaying, fighting this thing. But this Revanche thing not only has guns, he also has laser swords. So he is a worthy opponent because, think of General Grievous from Star Wars. So he's kind of like the General Grievous in this episode. And this guy Raymond, again, he puts himself out there. I think Dawn was about to get she was about to bite it, and then he comes in for the save. Granny comes in with her sword. So they're all working together, and, that's how they're able to defeat this General Grievous-like monster, is working together and also putting each other, protecting each other and self-sacrifices. So that's what, Michael Bolton sees this like, wow. And that robot decides to self-destruct. So Michael Bolton begins cheering for the humans or the meat entities because they are displaying this. They have this freedom. They have all this stuff. And he becomes a big fan and pulls the robot before it blows up outside of the water tower. Storm Shadow and the other Arashikage have no idea what the hell is going on. They're like, what just happened? Like, that guy was supposed to blow up and the other machine pulled it away and saved us, essentially. So they're like, whatever. Who can understand robots? Wow. I mean, first of all, let's give credit what credit is due. The combination of Hama and Zama, I mean, her illustrations are phenomenal. I mean, like, the cover, for instance, that's a badass cover. I mean, you can just see all the details, her abdomen and stuff. And that one scene with all the Arashikage Clan together in meditation, that is, this one right here. That is, like, they should make a poster of that shit. I mean, it's so good. And I also want to point out that how post Snake Eyes' death, Storm Shadow has taken on the Grand Master type of role. And I was talking to HTC 788 about this, and that he's kind of evolved as a character. He's a mentor now. Before, him and Snake Eyes were the guys going out there. And as an old school fan, I really like the future of G.I. Joe and the direction that Larry Hama is going. Yes, guys, it would be impossible for a 70 or 60-year-old Snake Eyes Duke and stuff continuing on. And if you notice in my other reviews, now they're using the Gulf War as their timestamp versus the Vietnam War. So in the special missions, you see the Duke and Roadblock were going. So now our benchmark is the Gulf War, not Vietnam. And I think it was a good move. It keeps things relevant and keeps things new. So, you do have your foot one end in the old and then one foot into the new. That's very critical going forward with this entity that they have. And what we did with the silent options, they did a good job. These new characters are really good. And there's no Dawn Moreno toy or they have the Helix toy and then Bomb Strike, but the point is that it's not like he's being forced stuff that he has to do. And he has taken, like, a lot of the thought process that Larry Hama has talked about through the years. You see that he's applying that because he doesn't have to, there's another person's agenda. The agenda is purely his and the story. And we are the ones benefiting from that. So, again, I like how they're going forward after Snake Eyes' death. And yes, to even old school fans that may be like, it is refreshing to see how everything is developing. And me being an old school fan, I think it's phenomenal. I'm very engaged. And I do read other comics and I showcase them. I think GIJoe is one of the best today's comics because he is applying that 90s, the zenith of the comics. And while all these other guys are just trying to make comics to support a movie, look at the DC universe. I mean, yeah, every now and then you'll have a good hit there or whatever. But, Marvel, DC, they suck, man. Collectively, today's comics is really taking a blow. Because it's all about the movie money, not the comics. So anyway, next in a couple of days I'll have another review up. And to all you new guys, again, thank you so much. This is a journey together. It's not about, getting whatever subscribers. I want to be in a community that, with like-minded people. And the ACC 788 family has a whole bunch of things cooking up. That's why it took me a little time to get to this week's review. But check out Timmer's channel. That's going to be funny. Alright guys, have a good one. Bye.